1872 Tennessee. I am faster and more powerful. Just think, Harper, when I have captured all rogue con-gin, I will have a place in Washington City to call my own. Mechanicals and servants to do my bidding. No more farm work or cleaning up after animals. Now, I clean up after Nestor Jonas Redlaw sat down in the wooden chair and thumped his booted feet onto the low table placed in the center of a circle of chairs. And what happens to you? You have become con-gin. Are you sure the place offered in Washington City isn't a jail cell, just like the ones you're going to offer your captives? His older brother pointed out the obvious. Who is going to hunt you? I am second wave. Improved, Jonas puffed out his now muscled chest. He eyed his brother. Before the machine, Harper had more strength and intelligence than he did. Now he reckoned he could put Harper down with one hand. Jonas was tempted to prove his prowess. What's wrong with working the farm? This place has fed and housed the Redlaw family for generations. Harper motioned to the large spread of fields and crops just beyond the wooden planks of their farmhouse. It was November, and the harvest had been good. I'm tired of laboring so hard, just to watch the mutants take it for our protection. It is ours. It's 1872, Harper. We should see the world not labor in the dirt. Jonas scoffed. If not the mutants, it would have been Washington City, or some other governing body. I would rather it go to the mutants. At least, they are true to their word. Food for peace. That's the deal. So far, the mutants have kept the peace far better than the government ever did. Harper admonished. He shrugged his wide shoulders. Not if you became a con-gin. We could keep what's ours and more, if we wanted. Servants and women would be ours for the taking. Jonas boasted as if this was normal behavior. Do you even hear your own words? Servants and women? What happened to you? Harper was aghast at his brother's words. Their mother would be rolling over in her grave by now. I'm better than before. I am a justice. Jonas's voice became louder, as if to make a point. His brother wasn't impressed by his newfound power, and it was making him angry. Harper puffed his hand-whittled pipe. Smoke swirled lazy about his head. With a calloused hand, he tapped out the ash and reloaded the pipe from a black leather pouch. He paused before adding a match to the leaf. So, you are going to hunt them. His steel-gray eyes narrowed. As I remember, you could barely track a rabbit in the woods. I'm stronger now, brother. I have eagle eyes, bear strength, and alligator speed. Jonas growled and stood up, causing the chair to fall over. The antique furniture hit the floor at a high rate of speed. The thump filled the silent void between the two brothers. Harper didn't flinch at the sudden sound, although his pipe now rested on the arm of his chair. He glanced to the hook on the wall where his guns hung. Sit down, Jonas. I meant no harm. I was just wondering how much of you has been altered. Jonas stared at the man before him. His anger simmered. He spun and picked up his chair in a blink of an eye. Speed, not his anger, was now under control when Jonas faced his brother. A sly grin covered his face. A lot has changed, brother. Of that, I am now aware, Jonas. But your anger still guides your actions. A sadness filled his voice. And since you're so fast, maybe you can catch our dinner. Again the smoke swirled and filled their space with a sweet aroma of homegrown tobacco. Jonas laughed a high-pitched laugh, almost bird-like. That I will, brother. "That I will." The men stood and walked out to the front porch. Jonas was now Harper's height. His human muscles formed a bear shape, strong and large. Harper was still slim and wiry, with strength born of years spent on the farm. With the confidence of the conjin, Jonas headed into the woods, unarmed. The leaves hid his passage. Harper Redlaw watched his passing with mixed thoughts. A frown marred his chiseled features. Later that evening, the two men sat in silence eating their rabbit stew. Each regarded the other, sizing each other up as they spooned the savory goulash. This dinner behavior and Jonas's anger hadn't changed. "Nice job on the catch." "I have more meat than I need." "Are you taking some meat for your trip?" Harper commented. "As fortune would have it, there are 3 conjin hiding in Cinder." Jonas sneered contemptuously. He settled back in his chair, expelling air. "You will leave the town intact," Harper said in a nonchalant voice, watching his brother intently. "Of course. 2 more seconds will be arriving tonight to help with their capture." "Don't you mean destruction?" "How far behind the times you are, brother," Jonas mocked. "We don't kill the cured anymore, Harper. We capture them and take them to Washington City for containment." "And this is where you would retire to?" Jonas nodded as his mouth was full. "You don't mind if I ride along to see you in action?" "I was hoping you might want to come along." "Maybe take the transformation yourself," Jonas hinted. "That's not going to happen, Jonas," Harper said quietly. He sopped up the gravy with a fluffy biscuit. Dinner progressed with conversation on a less personal matter, of the new mechanicals being made, of the new cities being formed, Bryn City being the newest to rise whole out of the ashes of the Civil War. The east coast of America may be devastated, but human progress marched on. The next morning was windy, and clouds obscured the sun. "You still want to tag along?" Jonas asked as he saddled his horse. The animal fidgeted as if it knew that the man was somehow different, scarier. Harper said nothing as he climbed atop his roan. Jonas frowned as he realized Harper had been quicker to begin their mission. His anger clear as he gripped the reins of his horse tight. The animal danced with nervous steps. The two headed out. The town of Cinder was on the edge of mutant territory, a half-hour ride from the Redlaw farm. The small hamlet survived because of the supplies the people offered in return for amnesty and protection. Their compromise was a good trade, and both species coexisted happily. Harper wished Jonas could see the worth. The saloon was full and the main street empty, clues proving the justices had indeed arrived to help Jonas. Many townspeople hovered in the shadows of the buildings, watching and waiting. The Redlaw brothers rode straight for the sheriff's office toward the back end of the town. They dismounted. "You Jonas Redlaw?" The tall man dressed in a black frock coat directed his question at Harper. "I am." Jonas indignantly advanced on the man. Another black-coated gentleman stepped out of the office. The door slammed forcefully behind. Jonas threw his reins around the post, all thoughts of beating the snot out of the man gone in the sight of the black coat. "Who is this?" the first man asked as he gave Jonas his black coat. Harper watched as Jonas donned his badge of justice. Jonas grinned at him. "I'm his brother, Harper Redlaw." "Don't worry, I won't get in the way." Harper leaned against the post and lit his pipe. He moved his hat higher. Wisps of black hair flopped onto his forehead, giving him a boyish appearance. The twin silver-encased blasters at his hips contradicted his peaceful image. The three men walked purposely toward the boarding house, just across the street from the sheriff's office. The middle justice went around to the back. Jonas positioned himself to the right of the front door. The main justice stood back away as he unfolded a sheet of paper. Trent Ashrider, Robert Santinello, and Emma Jenkin come out peacefully, or we will come in and bring you out. Townspeople scurried away from the danger, but not too far away to view the event taking place. Many glanced to the edges of town, hoping to see if the mutants would come and save their town from this showdown, or at least take a side. The door of the hotel banged open. Jonas advanced only to stop as Sheila Townsend, the innkeeper, fled her home. Many of her patrons followed in various states of dress. Jonas resumed his place, receiving a wary eye from Mistress Townsend. Jonas? Then she spotted Harper leaning on his post, pipe in hand, as he too was startled by her exit. Harper. He motioned for her to come forward to safety. His intention was to get the portly woman away from the field of violence. Again, the door of the boarding house banged open. This time, the knob slammed against the side of the building, tearing a hole in the wood. The door stuck open. Jonas stood in a ready stance, his guns still in their holsters, his fists ready to take the first waver down. The man held his hands up. The others have gone. The man's voice was gruff but cultured. They knew you were coming. I am tired of running. Take me to Washington, Justice. He ran manicured fingers through his ruffled blonde hair. Justice Redlaw, take Trent Ashrider into custody. His voice loud and clear for the townspeople to witness his humane arrest. Jonas produced a pair of iron handcuffs and placed them around the man's offered wrists. The three of the black-coated justices led the man to the jail. Why are you putting him here? Shouldn't you be on your way to Washington? The older sheriff complained. Harper. He acknowledged with a respectful nod before continuing to complain. The lead justice advanced on the older man, who suddenly became quiet. The others will return. We want the whole group. Then I will leave it to you. The sheriff collected his tan hat, stuffed it upon his head, and left the building for a much safer spot. Thanks to Canva, Pixabay Videos, and Midjourney for bringing my words alive. Especially thanks to you for watching Dr. Nestor's Curse, a steampunk romance by Julie Maxwell. Dr. Nestor's Curse is only available on Kindle. Please like, subscribe, and share.